Every morning begins with a choice, the choice to rise with purpose or to drift aimlessly through the day. Those who become unstoppable understand that life is not about reacting but about designing each moment with intention. They know that daily habits are the invisible architects of destiny, shaping not only who we are but who we are becoming. Greatness is never an accident. It is the result of small, consistent actions performed with discipline and belief. When you commit yourself to powerful daily habits, you are no longer waiting for motivation to arrive. You are creating momentum. Motivation is fleeting, discipline is everlasting. By building practices that elevate your mind, strengthen your body, and empower your spirit, you are equipping yourself to face the storms of life with confidence. Nothing is more inspiring than a person who refuses to settle for mediocrity and instead trains themselves to operate at their highest potential every single day. The secret to becoming unstoppable lies not in massive leaps but in consistent steps. Think of a sculptor chiseling a block of stone. Each strike seems insignificant, but over time a masterpiece emerges. Your habits are those strikes, and your life is the sculpture. Whether it turns into a statue of greatness or a monument of wasted potential depends on what you choose to do repeatedly. Success is not built in a day, but it is built daily. One of the most empowering truths is that no matter where you start, you have the ability to change your future by altering your habits. The greatest leaders, innovators, and achievers of history were not born extraordinary. They became extraordinary by embracing daily disciplines that sharpened their character, skills, and mindset. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is often one more habit, one more routine, one more refusal to quit. The human brain is wired to seek comfort, but comfort is the enemy of growth. Those who build unstoppable lives push themselves beyond comfort zones daily. They recognize that struggle is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of progress. Every time you step into discomfort, whether it's waking up earlier, exercising harder, or challenging your thoughts, you expand your limits and move closer to your highest self. The habit of leaning into resistance rather than running from it is one of the most powerful practices anyone can develop. Research shows that our habits account for nearly 40% of our daily actions. That means almost half of what you do is automatic, guided not by conscious choice but by ingrained patterns. Imagine the transformation if those automatic actions were aligned with your goals and vision. Suddenly, success becomes not a matter of chance, but a natural outcome. This is why unstoppable people are obsessive about cultivating the right routines. They know that their future is written in the ink of their daily practices. Another essential aspect of becoming unstoppable is the habit of self-reflection. Too many people rush through life without pausing to evaluate their path. Yet those who achieve greatness carve out time each day to review their actions, learn from mistakes, and celebrate progress. Reflection transforms experience into wisdom, turning failures into lessons and victories into fuel. Without reflection, you repeat cycles. With it, you create breakthroughs. Every unstoppable person also understands the importance of gratitude. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a practice that rewires the brain for positivity and resilience. When you start each day by acknowledging what you are thankful for, you shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance. Scientific studies have shown that gratitude improves mental health, strengthens relationships, and boosts motivation. It becomes a daily armor against negativity and a magnet for opportunities. Physical energy is equally vital. An unstoppable mind cannot thrive in a neglected body. Those who dominate in life build the habit of caring for their health through consistent exercise, nutrition, and rest. They view their body as a vehicle for their dreams and treat it with respect. When you have the vitality to act with strength, your vision expands. Without energy, even the greatest ideas remain trapped in your imagination. Discipline also requires the habit of focus. In a world full of distractions, the ability to concentrate on what truly matters is a superpower. Unstoppable individuals train themselves to eliminate noise, prioritize essentials, and give their undivided attention to their goals. Focus is the bridge between intention and achievement. Every moment spent scattered is a moment stolen from your destiny, but every moment of focus brings you closer to unstoppable momentum. Unstoppable people also master the habit of persistence. Life will always throw obstacles, failures, and setbacks your way, but persistence transforms these challenges into stepping stones. The ability to rise again after every fall, to keep moving when everything says stop, is the mark of greatness. History remembers not those who never failed, but those who never gave up. Persistence is not about perfection. It is about refusing to quit when the journey gets hard. Another defining habit of those who cannot be broken is continuous learning. The world changes rapidly, and only those who commit to growth remain relevant. Reading, listening, observing, and seeking knowledge every day expands your mind and keeps you ahead. The moment you stop learning, you start declining. Great achievers remain students forever, humble enough to admit they don't know everything, and wise enough to keep growing. And perhaps the most underrated habit of all is belief. Belief is not passive, it is an active decision you must make daily. When doubt whispers that you are not good enough, belief reminds you of your worth. When fear says you cannot, belief says you must. The most unstoppable people are not those who never doubt, but those who build the habit of believing in themselves anyway. Belief is the seed from which all other habits grow, because without it you will never have the courage to try. Success is not an event, it is a rhythm. Those who achieve greatness create a rhythm of daily consistency that compounds over time. Just like a musician practices scales until mastery becomes second nature, unstoppable individuals practice habits until success becomes automatic. This rhythm of excellence ensures that even when they don't feel inspired, their actions remain aligned with their goals. One of the greatest misconceptions is that motivation alone will carry you through life. Motivation is powerful, yes, but it fades. What replaces it is discipline, the act of doing what must be done even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is a muscle, and the more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. When you build daily habits rooted in discipline, you free yourself from the trap of waiting for inspiration. You become your own engine. Unstoppable people also cultivate the habit of vision. They don't just wander through life, they see clearly where they want to go. Every morning they remind themselves of their goals, their dreams, and their higher purpose. Vision creates direction, and direction creates momentum. Without vision, you waste energy chasing distractions. With vision, every step you take becomes meaningful. Another habit that separates achievers from dreamers is intentional planning. Each day is approached with strategy rather than chance. They prioritize tasks, manage time effectively, and focus on what brings the greatest results. Research proves that those who write down their goals and plan their actions are far more likely to achieve them. Planning transforms hopes into reality by giving dreams a timeline and structure. The habit of resilience is non-negotiable for those who refuse to quit. Life will inevitably bring moments of rejection, failure, or loss, but instead of breaking, the unstoppable bend without snapping. They use setbacks as setups for comebacks. Resilience is not about avoiding pain, but about enduring it with courage. Every time you rise after falling, you add another layer of strength to your character. Emotional control is also a vital habit. The ability to manage anger, fear, and negativity gives unstoppable individuals an edge. They do not allow temporary emotions to make permanent decisions. Instead, they remain calm under pressure, turning chaos into clarity. Mastering your emotions means mastering your life, because no external storm can sink a ship that is steady within. Daily acts of kindness and service form another cornerstone habit of unstoppable people. They understand that greatness is not only about what you achieve, but about how many lives you touch. By giving, encouraging, and lifting others, they multiply their own strength. Contribution creates meaning, and meaning makes you unstoppable. Success without service is empty. Success with service becomes legacy. The habit of courage cannot be overlooked. Fear visits everyone, but unstoppable people make bravery a daily practice. They step into opportunities even when uncertainty surrounds them. They take risks that others avoid, not because they lack fear, but because they refuse to let fear decide their future. Courage practiced daily turns the impossible into possible, the unknown into opportunity. Another habit that fuels unstoppable momentum is consistency in self-care. Rest, reflection, solitude, and spiritual nourishment are not luxuries but necessities. Just as a car cannot run without fuel, the human spirit cannot thrive without moments of restoration. The unstoppable know that taking care of themselves allows them to serve others at a higher level. Burnout destroys potential, but balance sustains greatness. Creativity is another daily practice that distinguishes those who rise above mediocrity. They train their minds to think differently, to challenge assumptions, and to embrace innovation. Creativity is not a gift for the few. It is a habit that grows with use. Whether through writing, problem-solving, or brainstorming, unstoppable individuals keep their minds flexible and alive. Equally important is the habit of humility. No matter how successful they become, unstoppable people ground themselves in gratitude and humility. They remain open to learning, listening, and acknowledging others. Arrogance blinds, humility sharpens. The most powerful leaders in history are remembered not just for their achievements but for their character. The unstoppable also develop the habit of controlling their environment. They understand that your surroundings shape your mindset. They choose friends who inspire them, consume content that uplifts them, and build environments that fuel their growth. If you spend time with negativity, you adopt it. If you immerse yourself in excellence, you rise to meet it. Environment is not just background, it is influence. Lastly, the habit of celebrating progress fuels long-term success. Too many people wait until the finish line to feel proud, but unstoppable individuals celebrate every step forward. They know that progress, no matter how small, is victory. This habit keeps motivation alive, builds momentum, and creates joy in the journey. Success is not a single moment. It is the accumulation of many small wins. Momentum is built through repetition. Every day that you practice your habits, you strengthen the foundation of your future. Just as water shapes rock not through force but through persistence, your habits reshape your life through steady application. Unstoppable individuals understand that missing one day may seem insignificant, but consistency compounds into transformation. Another powerful habit that fuels greatness is waking up early. Rising before the world gives you a head start, a sacred space to focus on your priorities without distraction. Studies have shown that early risers are more productive, disciplined, and mentally sharp. Those who become unstoppable treat the morning as a launch pad for success, filling it with rituals that energize the body, clarify the mind, and ignite the spirit. The habit of journaling is another secret weapon of unstoppable people. Writing down thoughts, lessons, and reflections brings clarity. It organizes chaos and transforms intangible ideas into actionable steps. Many of history's greatest minds, from leaders to inventors, kept journals because they understood that a written life is a guided life. By journaling daily, you create a roadmap for growth. Equally important is the habit of affirmations. Words shape beliefs, and beliefs shape destiny. Unstoppable people speak power over their lives, replacing negative self-talk with words of strength and possibility. Neuroscience shows that affirmations rewire the brain, increasing confidence and reducing stress. When you consistently tell yourself you are capable, resilient, and unstoppable, you begin to live it. Unstoppable individuals also practice visualization daily. They see themselves succeeding before it happens, creating a mental rehearsal that programs their brain for achievement. Athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders use visualization to prepare for victory because the mind cannot distinguish vividly imagined experiences from reality. By visualizing daily, you bring the future into the present, making it inevitable. Another daily habit that strengthens resilience is embracing silence. In a world filled with constant noise, taking time to disconnect allows the mind to recharge. Silence cultivates creativity, reduces stress, and sharpens focus. The unstoppable recognize that silence is not emptiness but power. Within stillness, they find solutions, insights, and strength. The habit of adaptability also defines unstoppable people. They know that life rarely goes according to plan, so they train themselves to adjust quickly. Instead of resisting change, they flow with it, using it as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Adaptability ensures survival, but more than that, it ensures progress. By remaining flexible, they turn obstacles into opportunities. Faith, whether spiritual or rooted in personal conviction, is another cornerstone habit. Unstoppable people believe in something greater than themselves, a force that sustains them when logic says stop. Faith fuels courage, perseverance, and peace. It anchors them during storms and guides them through uncertainty. With faith as a daily practice, they move through life with unshakable confidence. The habit of learning from mentors also elevates unstoppable individuals. They surround themselves with people wiser than themselves and remain open to guidance. Mentorship compresses time, helping you learn in years what might otherwise take decades. By seeking wisdom daily from books, conversations, or examples, unstoppable people accelerate their growth and avoid unnecessary mistakes. Another vital habit is practicing gratitude in action. Gratitude is not only about words, but about how you treat others. A thank you note, a kind gesture, or a moment of appreciation spreads positivity and strengthens relationships. People are drawn to those who uplift and value them, and unstoppable individuals harness this truth to create powerful networks of support. Unstoppable people also build the habit of curiosity. They ask questions, explore new perspectives, and remain fascinated by the world. Curiosity prevents stagnation and keeps the mind sharp. Every day becomes an opportunity to discover something new. This hunger for understanding makes them innovators, problem solvers, and visionaries. The habit of responsibility transforms average lives into extraordinary ones. Instead of blaming others or circumstances, unstoppable people take ownership of their choices. They ask, "What can I do differently?" Instead of, "Why did this happen to me?" This mindset shifts power back into their hands. Responsibility practiced daily turns victims into victors. Finally, the habit of optimism fuels unstoppable momentum. Optimism is not blind positivity, it is the decision to look for solutions instead of problems. Studies show that optimistic people perform better under stress, recover faster from setbacks, and live healthier lives. Every day, unstoppable people choose to see opportunities where others see barriers. Their optimism becomes contagious, inspiring everyone around them. The habit of decisiveness is a hallmark of the unstoppable. While others hesitate, overthink, or wait for perfect conditions, they make decisions and move forward. Decisiveness saves time, builds confidence, and creates momentum. Every decision is a step, and every step brings them closer to their destiny. Indecision is the thief of opportunity, but decisive action creates unstoppable momentum. Another critical habit is consistency in communication. Unstoppable individuals learn how to express their ideas clearly, inspire others, and connect deeply. They understand that words carry energy, and they use them wisely. Communication is not just about speaking, but also about listening. By practicing the art of listening daily, they gain insights that others overlook and build relationships that empower their journey. The unstoppable also nurture the habit of problem solving. Instead of seeing challenges as dead ends, they see them as puzzles waiting to be solved. They train their minds daily to ask, "How can this work?" instead of, "Why can't this work?" This habit transforms obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into breakthroughs. Problem solvers are the ones who lead, because they create pathways where none exist. The habit of gratitude for struggle is another defining characteristic. While most people resent hardship, unstoppable individuals see value in the pain. They recognize that resistance builds strength and adversity forges character. By reframing struggles as blessings in disguise, they cultivate resilience and determination. This daily mindset shift transforms suffering into a stepping stone for greatness. The unstoppable also develop the habit of generosity. Giving is not something they do occasionally, it is a lifestyle. They share their knowledge, their resources, and their encouragement. Generosity creates trust, deepens connections, and spreads influence. Each day, they seek ways to add value to others, knowing that true wealth is measured not by what you keep, but by what you give. Another vital practice is the habit of clarity. Every morning, unstoppable individuals set their intentions. They ask themselves what truly matters today and align their actions accordingly. Clarity eliminates wasted energy and keeps them focused on priorities. Without clarity, life drifts. With it, life accelerates. A clear mind produces clear results. The habit of tracking progress keeps the unstoppable moving forward. They measure their growth, record their achievements, and learn from their failures. Tracking creates accountability and reveals patterns that lead to mastery. Whether it's fitness goals, financial growth, or personal development, unstoppable people document their journey to stay aligned with their vision. Unstoppable individuals also practice emotional intelligence daily. They develop awareness of their own emotions and the emotions of others. This habit allows them to navigate relationships effectively, resolve conflicts gracefully, and lead with empathy. Emotional intelligence is often more powerful than raw intellect, and those who cultivate it gain influence and trust. The habit of embracing feedback sets unstoppable people apart. They do not fear criticism, they welcome it as fuel for growth. Instead of defending their weaknesses, they work on them. Feedback becomes a mirror, reflecting areas of improvement. By seeking and applying feedback daily, they accelerate their progress beyond those who avoid it. Another life-changing habit is detachment from outcomes. While they give their best to every effort, they do not become paralyzed by results. Instead, they focus on the process, trusting that consistent effort will bring rewards. This habit frees them from anxiety and allows them to perform at their highest level. Detachment is not apathy, it is wisdom. The habit of adaptability in leadership also defines the unstoppable. They adjust their style, strategies, and approaches depending on the needs of the moment. Leaders who cannot adapt are soon left behind, but those who shift daily with grace become timeless. Adaptability in leadership makes them resilient in every season. The unstoppable also master the habit of energy management. They understand that time is limited, but energy is renewable. They carefully choose where to invest their energy and who to spend it with. Daily rituals like exercise, meditation, and purposeful rest keep their energy high. When energy is optimized, productivity multiplies. Another practice that fuels unstoppable growth is the habit of humility and success. They celebrate victories but do not become arrogant. They recognize that success is temporary unless it is nurtured daily. Humility keeps them hungry to improve, reminding them that there is always another level to reach. Finally, the habit of daily self-motivation drives them forward. Instead of waiting for external validation, they inspire themselves. They read uplifting words, recite affirmations, and remind themselves of their mission. By generating motivation from within, they become self-sufficient. This inner fire makes them truly unstoppable because no outside circumstance can extinguish it.